Let's talk about Bread, most famous meme coin on the base chain. Along with Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market, it had a sizable pump of more than 50% within the last 3 days. But quite interestingly, on-chain data tells us a little bit of a different story here. How does all of this fit together? We will find out in this video. So without any further ado, let's go. Welcome back to another episode of Phil Prince, your one and only stop for crypto finance and trading. In case you don't know about the base chain, this is the official blockchain of Coinbase. It is an Ethereum layer 2 solution powered by the Optimism stack. And Optimism itself is an Ethereum layer 2 solution. I'm pretty sure you've heard about that. Of course, although it's built by Coinbase, it is open source. And as it's 10 times cheaper than Ethereum, this is perfect for DEX trading. And what do people like this cycle, especially in crypto? Well, meme coins. And therefore, of course, on the base chain, there is a lot of meme coins as well. And as I said already, Bread, you could say, is the most famous one. The team itself says it's Pepe's best friend on base. So it's like the Pepe of base chain. Not so much to say about it. I mean, it's a meme coin. It doesn't have any real utility, but it's quite accessible as it's on a lot of bigger exchanges like Bybit, Femex, Gate.io, BingX, or Bitget. 85% of the supply belongs to liquidity providers, and this is locked 365 days, which is good. Centralized exchanges got 5%, and the rest, 10%, is treasury. On their Twitter page, there is quite a lot going on. Maybe another thing that should be mentioned, Bread is also a character inspired by Matt Furry's Boys Club comic, just like Pepe. So the roots are the same, you could say. Right, enough about that. Let's dive into the interesting analysis part and do some technical analysis in on-chain analytics. Now, as I've already mentioned, we've seen a pump of more than 50% within the last 3 days. But this is not only Bread or only meme coins. This is basically the whole crypto market. After the CPI was released and brought back a little bit of stability and hope into the markets, Bitcoin is showing some good strength. I will make a dedicated video about this and the market structure. But when talking about Bread, we have to witness that we are right now at resistance at this very important moving average here. So this could mean that we will see a little bit of a correction here short term before we move higher. Important for that to monitor will be this level here, if the current candle, and this is a 4-hour candle which closes in around 45 minutes. If this closes below this white line, then it'll increase the likelihood of downwards continuation. The first level to look at in case of a downwards move is the point of control here. So nothing too crazy. This would be like -7%. And after that, if we cannot hold this level, you can see there is basically not too much volume here. So we will pretty quickly be at this very important blue moving average here. Altogether, we have to say that the price action of Bread up to this point is not too interesting. It's basically a sideways range with a crazy pump and dump at the very beginning. This has been more than an 8x, followed by a full reversal and creep down. It started end of March, so it's not even 2 months old, but still, as I said, it's the most famous meme coin on base chain. So the future could be bright. Now, what's pretty interesting, especially judging by this pump here, is that on-chain analytics is telling us a little bit of a different story here. And for that, we will have a look at my token demand analyzer, which shows us a lot of important and interesting data. But before that, please make sure to enter my Telegram group, which comes with one of my trading indicators and a 1-hour trading course that explains it and helps you to build your own strategy for free. I want my community to thrive. Secure your spot while it's still free. This may change for new members in the future. Link is down below. All right, the first thing we have to look at is the creation of new wallets. And as you can see here, we are basically flat in the last 30 days, apart from this humongous spike on April 20th. And this was here. So at this pump here, we had a lot of newcomers that hoped for a bigger rally here. But we got quite the opposite, as you can see here. And then there's been a little spike here on May 12th. So right here, maybe some hoped that we will break out here, but this didn't happen either. Until May 15th, right here. As you can see here, there's not really a spike here. And the same goes for the transaction activity. It's basically no difference to the last couple of days and weeks here. The spike here on April 20th is the same, only the spike here on April 27th looks more interesting than here on the new wallets chart. And transaction activity, oftentimes these spikes at least, tell us local tops and bottoms. As you can see here, this has been the case here as well. Also April 20th, this local top. So these two spikes. But this pump here recently, this was not accompanied by new wallets, not by a high transaction activity. Also, when we have a look at Plankton wallets and whale wallets, for reference, Plankton wallets have a minimum balance of 1,000 tokens here. So that means as Brett is around $4 at this moment. This is $400, and the minimum token balance for the whale wallets is 1 million tokens, meaning $400,000. Since the token inception, the accumulation of Plankton wallets has been gradual, and in the last weeks, pretty flat, you could say, with this little spike here, which is nothing too crazy. So we were going from 60,421 wallets to 61,634 wallets. And for whales, the accumulation phase was more aggressive, but then basically they were just holding. This is a full on flat phase here. But here as well, we have a little bit of an incline here, which started a little bit earlier than that of the Plankton wallets. This started on May 14th, and this here started on May 8th. But here as well, this is nothing too crazy. Here we had 756 wallets, and here we have now 789 wallets. So a little bit of on-chain action here. If we look at the details, meaning the hourly chart, you can see that the Plankton wallets accumulation was here again pretty gradual and a little bit more aggressive in the last days. But the whale wallets sold off during this bigger crash on April 25th to April 27th, meaning this one here. And the whales started to sell off here, but then accumulated again, although not as much as before. Well, so far so good, but this tells us pretty clearly the pump we've seen in Brett is not driven by on-chain data too much. And normally it's either whales or Plankton wallets, but in this case here, it's neither of them. And this leaves us with just one explanation. As you can see here, the trading volume on Uniswap, meaning on-chain through a DEX, is 8%, and on SushiSwap, 8% as well, so together 16%. But the volume on Bybit alone is 27%, on Gate.io 20%, on BitGet 3%, not too much. But this means these three alone, 50% come from centralized exchanges, and we can analyze them. This is kind of a black box. Here on the bottom, you can see Orange X, 10% as well. So we're already at 60 and so on. But now the question is this exchanges buying, or is this actually retail buying on exchanges? Well, we can try to understand that as well. If you scroll down on my token demand analyzer, we have some statistics here for the top 100 wallets. Now, the top 100 wallets are mostly exchange wallets. As you can see here in the daily, weekly, and monthly activity. So these pie charts here, they're basically only hodling. There's a little bit of selling, but it's just a teeny tiny bit. On a monthly basis, it's only 7.5%. A little bit of buying here, but it's mostly hodling, as I said. And this actually means exchanges are not doing anything. So this leaves actually only one possibility, and that is retail on exchanges has bought up Brett and caused this rally here. So this is likely real buyers' interest. One more thing we can see here is that we are at this very moment exactly at the 0.618. So this is resisting, judging by many indicators. And if we can reclaim this here, so go up, retest it as a base, and this will be pretty bullish. And the next target midterm we could look at is the 1.618 here, which is at $17. And this means from current prices, 292%, so nearly a 4x. If you're not subscribed to this channel yet, please ask yourself why, and do it now. You really don't want to miss any of the next videos. Of course, this was not financial advice. Please always do your own research. This was Prince for you. Until next time, crush the markets. Goodbye.